There's a shift happening in the creator economy right now. The smartest creators I know, the ones actually making money through their knowledge, they are no longer building massive flagship courses that are crammed with information and hard to complete. Many of them are building mini courses instead. And it's not because they are lazy or because they are cutting corners. It's because mini courses are easier to create, easier to sell, and actually get results for the people who buy them. For years, the advice has been the same. Build a comprehensive course, pack it with as much value as possible, make it your signature offer, and charge premium prices, $500, $1,000, maybe $2,000. Well, here's the problem with that advice. It's destroying first-time creators. And I've watched it happen over and over again. Creators spend months building massive courses that nobody buys. They burn out before they even launch the program. Or they launch to crickets and assume that they're just not cut out for this. Meanwhile, the creators who are actually winning, they're doing the exact opposite. I've spent the past 8 years building all kinds of digital products, quick PDF guides, comprehensive flagship courses, higher ticket coaching programs, memberships, you name it. I've also helped thousands of creators launch their first offers, and one of the biggest lessons I learned came from watching my co-founder Yari rumor. In 2021, Yari had around 15,000 email subscribers, and he decided to create his first online course. He chose a topic he was personally obsessed with. It was morning routine. He spent 6 weeks building it out, filming videos, creating worksheets, putting together the whole thing. He launched it to his entire email list, and the total revenue he generated was about $2,000. Not a disaster, but definitely not worth 6 weeks of hard work either. Now, a few months later, he tried it again. This time, he asked his audience what they actually struggled with, and the answer was crystal clear. It was procrastination. So he built a focused mini course called The Procrastination Antidote. It was the same creator launching to the exact same audience, just with a completely different approach. And that mini course has generated over $60,000. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly why this shift is happening and the 5 expensive traps you can avoid by building mini courses instead of complex, overwhelming flagship programs. Now, if you're thinking about turning your knowledge into a digital product, this might literally change your entire approach. So let's get into it. Now, here's the first trap, and it's the one that destroys the most first-time product creators. You decide to build the ultimate guide to X, the complete system for Y, or the comprehensive masterclass on Z. You think to yourself, if I just put more value into this product, more people will want to buy it. So you plan out 12 modules, 40 video lessons, workbooks, templates, bonus calls, a private community, and so much more. And here's what happens. You spend 3 months building it, maybe even 6 months. You finally launch it, you're exhausted, and maybe you hear back crickets. Maybe you make a few sales here and there, but nowhere near what you expected after all that hard work. Now, why does this happen? Well, because there are 3 common reasons. First, you have probably built what you thought was valuable, not what your audience actually wanted. This is exactly what happened with Yari's morning routine course. He was obsessed with morning routines. He thought that everyone was struggling with their morning. But when he actually asked his audience, morning routines were not even in their top 5 problems. He had built around his passion instead of focusing on their pain. Now, second, massive courses have massive completion problems. The average completion rate for online courses is below 10%. That means 90% of the people who buy your comprehensive flagship course never finish it. They buy it, they watch the first few videos, and then life gets in the way. They never get the transformation you actually promised, and people who don't get results don't necessarily buy from you again. They don't recommend you to their friends, they don't leave positive reviews. Third, big courses are harder to sell. When you are asking someone to pay $500 or $1,000 $2,000, they think about it. They have to justify it to themselves, maybe even to their partner. They read every word of your sales page. They look for reasons not to buy. Now compare that to a $20 or $47 product that solves one specific problem they have right now. That's an impulse purchase. They see it, they want it, they buy it. So what's the alternative, you might be asking now? Instead of building the ultimate course on gardening, you can build a mini course called Start Your First Vegetable Garden in 7 Days. Instead of the complete guide to parenting, you can build how to get your toddler to sleep through the night. And instead of the comprehensive baking masterclass, you can build a course on how to bake perfect sourdough bread from starter to first loaf. You have one problem, one solution, one clear outcome. And that's exactly what Yari did with the procrastination antidote. Same niche, same audience, but this time he focused on their biggest pain point. And the result was $60,000 instead of his initial $2,000. Now, trap number 2 kills more products than bad ideas will ever do. It's the belief that your product needs to be perfect before anyone ever sees it. And here's how this usually plays out. You have an idea for a digital product. You are excited. You start building. And then you just keep building. You re-record that video because the lighting wasn't quite right. You redesign your slides because they don't look professional enough. You add another module because you feel like you need more information. You keep tweaking, refining, and polishing, and you never actually launch. Or you launch so late that you've lost all your momentum and excitement at that point. I've seen creators spend a year on their first product, an entire year, and when they finally launch, they have the same result as someone who has built it within just a couple of weeks. Sometimes even much worse because they're so attached to their course that they can't handle the feedback. And here's the truth, your first version doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to exist. People aren't buying your production value, they are not buying your fancy slides or your studio lighting. They are buying a solution to a problem they have right now. And if you can solve their problem, they don't care if you recorded it on your computer webcam. But you need to validate before you build. One of the smartest things Yari ever did was to sell a product before he even built it. He had an idea for a database with 100 productivity tools and techniques. And instead of spending weeks creating it, he put up a simple sales page. He sent one email to his list offering pre-orders at a discounted price, and within a weekend he generated 62 sales for a product that didn't even exist yet. Now he had 2 weeks to actually create it. But here's the thing, he knew people wanted it. He had proof. Real proof, what we call money on the table proof. So what you should actually do is to pre-sell your product. Offer a discount for early buyers who are willing to wait. And if nobody buys the pre-order, that's actually great because you just saved yourself weeks of wasted work. You can refund a few people who did buy and just go for the next idea. And if people do buy, now you have motivation and a deadline to build something people actually want. And when you do build, keep it simple. You don't need a full video production setup. You don't need fancy editing. For most mini courses, you need a tool to create simple slides, a screen recording tool, and your voice explaining how to solve the problem. That can literally be it for the beginning. Your goal should be to create a program that delivers results. But remember, version 2 can't exist without version 1. Trap number 3 is maybe the most heartbreaking one because it hits creators who actually did build something good. You created a solid product, something that genuinely helps people. You launch it, you post about it once or twice, and you wait for the sales to roll in, but nothing happens. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Building the product is maybe 30% of the work. Selling it is the other 70%. And I know that's not what you want to hear because most creators go into this because they love creating, not selling. But if you build an amazing product and nobody knows it exists, it doesn't matter how good it is. This is where I see so many creators give up. They think, I guess my product wasn't good enough, when actually the reality is that their product was just fine. They just never never really marketed it. Now, what does selling actually look like? First, it's not about being sleazy or pushy. If you genuinely believe your product can help people, you're doing them a disservice by not telling them about it. Selling is just bringing your offer into people's awareness over and over again until the day they are ready to buy and your product is already top of mind. This means mentioning your product in your content whenever it makes sense and naturally fits in. It means adding links in your newsletter, your YouTube descriptions, your emails, whatever platforms you're using. It means sharing testimonials and results from people who have bought and used it. It means running actual launch campaigns, not just posting once and hoping. Most creators drastically underestimate how many times someone needs to hear about something before they buy. It's not one email, it's not one post, it's consistent visibility over time. But here's where mini courses actually have a huge advantage. Mini courses are easier to sell than flagship courses because the promise is clear. Learn how to get your toddler sleeping through the night in 7 days is an easy yes. Become a master parent through this 40-hour comprehensive parenting system, on the other hand, that requires commitment they might not be ready for. Mini courses are also priced at the impulse buy level. It can be $47, $67, $97. That's let me try this money. It's not money that they need to think about for a week. And here's what really matters. When someone buys a $47 product and gets results, they become a happy client. And someone who buys from you once, it's much more likely to buy from you again. Your mini course isn't just a product. It's really an entry point. It turns strangers into customers and customers into repeat buyers who trust you enough to buy your next biggest offer later on. Now, trap number 4 is related to the first one, but it deserves its own spotlight. Because even if you understand you should start small, you might still fall into this when you actually sit down to build. Let's say you're creating a mini course on baking. You start outlining and you think, well, I should cover the basics of bread making. But wait, they probably need to understand different types of flour first. And I should explain how yeast works. Oh, and different kneading techniques and proofing times and oven temperatures. And suddenly your small focused mini course on sourdough bread is a 20-module baking encyclopedia. Again, but here's the principle. A mini course solves one clear, painful problem or delivers a clear outcome, and that's it. Not everything related to that problem needs to be covered, not all the context they might need. Just one simple outcome. Think about it like this. If someone is drowning, they don't need a comprehensive course on swimming. They need a life jacket right now, and your mini course is the life jacket. Save the swimming lessons for later, for the people who go out of the water and want to become swimmers. Now, how do you actually scope this? Ask yourself, what's the minimum someone needs to know to get the result I want to promise? If your mini course is perfect sourdough bread from starter to first loaf, they don't need a module on French pastries, right? They don't need to understand every type of bread in the world. They only need to create a starter, feed it properly, make the dough, shape it, proof it, bake it, and potentially troubleshoot the most common problems. That's it. Everything else can be a future product down the line. And here's how you can think about it. A flagship course might be the ultimate baking masterclass. A mini course carved from that could be the perfect sourdough course, or flaky croissants at home without the stress, or birthday cakes that actually look professional. Each of those stands alone. Each one solves a specific problem. Each one is easy to create and easier to sell. And together, they probably make more money than the flagship course ever would. Because different people have different problems. Someone might not want to become a master baker, but they might want to make good sourdough bread, like I do. Or they might want to bake a birthday cake for their loved one. Mini courses meet people where they actually are. Now, the final trap is thinking that your product is a one-time event. You launch it once, you see how it goes, and then move on to the next thing. But here's what actually builds a digital product business. It's systems, not events. Your mini course should keep selling long after launch day is over. First, you want evergreen visibility. Your product should be mentioned in your regular content. Now, you won't mention it every single time you publish something, but you can do it consistently. When you write about sourdough, you mention your sourdough mini course. When someone asks about it, you have a link ready. When you publish content on baking tips, the course is in the description box. It becomes part of your ecosystem, not a one-time campaign. Second, you want to lean into email automations, and this is where mini courses really shine as an entry point. Someone discovers your free content, they download your lead magnet, maybe a free guide on common baking mistakes. Now they are on your email list. Your automated sequence introduces them to your world and naturally leads to your mini course as the next step. This happens while you sleep, while you are creating new content, and while you're living your life. The system sells for you. Now, third is the ascension path. Remember, buyers buy again. Your mini course probably won't make you rich on its own. Most mini courses are priced between $37 to $100. You need volume to turn that into a significant income. But here's the strategy. Mini course buyers become your warmest audience for everything else. They already trust you. They already paid you once. They are 76% more likely to pay you again. So you offer them what's next. It might be another related mini course as a one-click upsell, a higher ticket coaching program for people who want more hands-on support, a membership or a community for ongoing access. Your mini course is the door and the door opener, but what's behind the door is entirely up to you. But you need to get people through the door first, and a small, specific, irresistible mini course is the easiest door to walk through. That's why the smartest creators are building them right now. So let's recap why mini courses are winning right now and the 5 traps you can avoid by building them. Trap number 1 is the ultimate course trap. You don't want to build a massive flagship course as your first product. Build a focused mini course that solves one specific problem. That's how Yari went from $2,000 to $60,000 with the same audience, just a more focused offer. Trap number 2 is the perfect before launch trap. Don't wait until everything is polished. Validate first, build fast, and launch before you are completely ready. And remember that version 2 can't exist without version 1. Trap number 3 is build it and they will come. Building is only 30% of the work, selling is 70%. Mini courses are easier to sell because the promise is clear and the price is tight. Trap number 4 is teaching everything you know. A mini course is a life jacket, not a swimming lesson. You want the minimum viable solution, one problem, one outcome. And trap number 5 is that treating your product like a one-time event. You don't want one-time launches, you want systems and evergreen visibility through automations. Now, if you are thinking about creating one of your first courses or your next one, you will love our digital product cheat sheet. It's called 168 Lessons We Learned Building a 7-Figure Online Business, and it's a free cheat sheet with the exact principles behind creating, pricing, and selling digital products that actually make money. The link is in the description box below and you can download it for free. And if you have a product idea ready, but you don't have an audience yet and finally want to reach the people who can really benefit from your work, check out this video next, where I explain why you should build your audience on Substack right now. I'll see you there.